Welcome back. Alright, let's talk about the Wizard. I was talking to him, Rob Liefeld, I was like, yeah, I moved around a lot when I was a kid. I was like, it was really hard to keep things in good condition. And I was like, so, there's this. But he's like, this is amazing. He's like, I love this. And he was like, yeah, he's like, what's interesting? He's like, I never got a chance to get, like, I guess, like, the original copy of this. Like, the sketch work and, whatever it is. And he said, I can't remember who he said had it. A friend of his, or some artist had it. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I was talking to him one day, and he's like, I got a surprise for you. And he's like, he came over to my house, and he had the original one of these. He's like, it's for you, man. He's like, so I have this original thing now. He's like, I didn't have it originally. He's like, but now I have it in my house. He's like, but this is awesome. He's like, that you have this, you kept it. And I was like, yeah. And he didn't charge for it. Like I said, he signed. He's like, this is amazing. He was a cool guy. I mean, a lot of people hate him, but I understand why he was doing what he was doing. And he even explained it. And I'll tell you that in a moment. Now, for what he charged, this X-Force one, he charged basically anything X-Force, he charged $20. Or anything that had to do with Deadpool, X-Force, or New Mutants. Any one of those things, it was $20. But the exception was the New Mutants. If it was New Mutants number 87 or 98, he charged $30 a piece for these. So this cost me $60, right, just for these two. A lot of people that were online were bitching. They're like, oh, because it was kind of misleading because it looked like it said the two of them together were $30, but the guy fixed the sign. He wants 30 a piece, and then it was 20 for this X-Force one. But he signed, like I said, he signed the cable card for free because I had this sealed, and I opened it there. I was like, I really wanted to get this signed. I was debating. Like I met him twice. I was debating on what to get signed and what not to get signed because it was not that it was expensive, but it got up there. And I opened it, and I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, what card did you get? I was like, I got cable. And he's like, all right, let me sign it. And I was like, well, I don't have any extra money. He's like, no. He's like, it came with the book. He's like, I don't mind signing it. So he signed that for free, and he charged me $20 for the number one. And, which I'm going to show you later on, but let me tell you a little more stories about Liefeld. I'd asked him, I was like, why, by some chance, because I was talking to his assistant who's been with him for like a long time. He's like, let me tell you, he's like, when we first started, when Rob was going to conventions, he wasn't charging for autographs. He wasn't doing it. But then he found out that people, I think like in 2000 or 2001, or early 2000s with that, he's like, he found out that people were, coming to see him, getting all these things signed. Like, he had people that would have him sign like 50 things, and he wouldn't mind doing it. He's like, he would sign it, and no problem. He's like, then he found out that like certain people that he actually knew were getting it signed and turning around and making a huge profit on eBay. And he goes, he got really pissed off by it. He was just beyond pissed. So he's like, you know what? And he's like, in order to deal with that, he's like, I'm going to start charging. And he said, he's like, that's the reason. He's like, that is the reason I'm charging, what I'm charging. He's like, I'm not charging, like I said, I was like, it's not unreasonable what he was charging for it, because if you were there, if you saw it on the line, like if you ever meet him, you'll see it. Mainly every single person on the line had this, and I think there was a cut like number 99 or 100. No, 100. He means 100. It was all the same ones. Like everybody had the same exact books, and it was nuts. It was crazy. I'm just looking. I was like, doesn't that piss? It kind of pissed you off. It's like what's the same. He's like, well, he's like, people like this. He's like, but again, he's like, I know majority of them are going to turn around and flip it on eBay, which I'm going to cut it here because I got to tell you another thing about the eBay thing that he charges a little extra for. But again, it's getting too long and it won't upload. So come back for the next part. I know so many parts. I'm sorry.